Well, good evening to you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you had a great day. Dr. J. Calvin Tibbs with you. I'm your purpose development coach for the evening. We're talking about change agents. We're on the fourth part of this. We like to do this on purpose points, different things to bring practical application to your reason for being here. We are an outreach from heaven assigned to the earth. Our goal is to strengthen those who have been rescued and love on those who have not, so that you can live life, if you will. The goal of our work here is to help you, by example, live life through a love lens. There we go. And help you achieve a greater life in God. Now, the way that we do this on a practical level is through purpose development training. I am a certified purpose development coach, as well as a race relations consultant, as well as a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultant as well. So all that is training. You got to train. You got to keep getting better and stronger, get greater insight, and then work it through that love lens, because it helps people understand why they are here, what they're supposed to do, and how they can improve. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and I almost forgot. Listen, we are still in the midst of our campaign with Indiegogo. One way that we help bring purpose to light or content to light is through what's called running laps. And there's a book there. We'd love for you to get it. If you desire to support us, please do so. You can by going to indiegogo.com. And then in the search block, put James Tibbs, as you see it there, Tibbs, and then also type running laps, because I found out there's a running laps movie out. What? Completely different, I would assume, from what we're doing. But I want to check it out and see what it is all about. But thank you for supporting us. If you desire to do so, at indiegogo.com, type in the word, once you get there, James Tibbs and running laps. So let's pray and let's get started. And we're going to dive in and complete part 4 of change agents. Lord, Father, you're amazing. You're incredible. You're more than enough. You are the answer that we need. You are the comfort that we seek. You are the wisdom that we require. Give us every bit of that and more. I empty myself that you might fill me. And in the filling, I know that I will receive what these who are watching and listening need to hear for their lives. I honor you for victory now. In the great name of Jesus, amen. All right, so let's talk about analyzing problems, because as a change agent, you're looking at the same situation that those who are not, we call them, I think we call them double agents, are looking at. Everybody's looking at the same information, but a change agent is able to analyze the problem. How? By looking for meaning. Look for meaning. You got to find a way to make looking for meaning a top priority when it comes to analyzing problems. Because if you do not, then you become a product of the environment, like with the activity going on with so much in the world and in America in particular, because this is where you live, unless you live in another country. And whatever it is that's going on, it could be political, it could be financial, it could be the pandemic, it could be your family. The way you analyze that problem is to make meaning out of it. So here's an example. Let's just say that you're a single mother and you have a 3-year-old child. The husband's gone and you're doing the best that you can. And you wonder, why were you, quote, put in that situation? Why are you in this situation? Now let's look at how to analyze this. Number one, we got to make meaning out of it. Now, when you make meaning, you've got to win. And I don't mean make stuff up. I'm saying you cannot make meaning out of something like, I always pick the wrong person. I'm always in a bad situation. I don't ever really know what's best for me. I need someone that you lose, if that's the meaning that you make. The meaning that you make really runs along the lines of several areas that I'm going to go into that I want you to check off, if you will. These are things that help make your meaning making strong, because it can't be weak. Otherwise, you may as well not make meaning out of that, because it doesn't matter. Here's one way for that single mother with a 3-year-old child to strengthen her resolve in making meaning out of the problem. Number one, what is the mental stamina for truth? You got to have mental stamina. Most ladies have lots of stamina, when it comes to relationships and things of that nature. The problem sometimes comes in, though, that ladies blame themselves. And then the other problem on the other side of that is they blame everybody and don't take personal responsibility. Why? Because there's no mental stamina. We got to be able to, if you're going to be a change agent, look at the opportunity or the situation and analyze that in relation to the stamina that it takes to come up with truth. You got to come up with truth. Otherwise, having stamina doesn't matter because you're back to a false narrative or something that does not benefit the direction that you're trying to go in. So perhaps that lady or you in your situation might go back to the decision that was made and rehearse, if you will, reconstruct the relationship, reconstruct it. Go back to that moment when you got that feeling that you shouldn't, or you got that feeling that you should, or you got the feeling or the thought, the premonition, or you knew, and then later you saw what you thought actually show up. The process of doing that takes work because to have mental stamina, you got to stay in there. You know, I remember when I got out of the military and I wasn't supposed to, but I had a calling to move into what I felt was a music ministry. It was actually a real ministry, but I think because I was so averse to that, I think the idea was it's a music ministry, and that appealed to me. But what was making it work was I was not happy where I was, which was at that time as a lieutenant in the military. Unfortunately, it was not the military's fault. It was me not wanting the training because I didn't want to exercise the mental stamina. I didn't want to be a change agent. I wanted out. So because my deeper influence was to shuck off the stamina required for the training, I decided to get out. Now, looking back on that, of course, I did many, many years ago. But looking back at that, I can now say that I didn't reconstruct that relationship properly when I was in the situation. When you are, let's just say, going back in your life and thinking about your career, your relationships, your walk spiritually, or whatever it may be, you've got to do the same thing. You got to go back and think, where was I in here when I made that decision? And come up with the conclusion that's going to support being better at what you're planning to do going forward. That's what this is about. So when I say make sure you win, the point isn't to beat yourself up, because there was a time when I beat myself up. I thought, if I missed that, then what else did I miss? And what else did I miss on top of what I thought I missed? Did I miss anything else? Am I missing? I mean, just you don't win there. You have to have the stamina to hang in there and think it through. And you know what that looks like, to think it through. And to just settle with, I'm not a good planner, I'm not a good selector of relations. You're not going to get out of jail free on that card right there, because that's not a change agent. If we're going to be a change agent, we got to do something with the information that we have. And one thing that we want to do with it is have mental stamina as a change agent. Okay, don't just get over it so you can get to the next place of peace. Let's get through it, and then you'll have peace walking on the way to the peace you desire. Okay, number 2 is manage deadlines. Okay, change agents manage deadlines. You know that certain things are coming every single year. Birthdays, holidays, Christmas is coming, anniversaries are coming, things that are due every week, every month, whatever the case may be. You got to manage those deadlines. You got to look at them and know what they are and go to work on them and not pretend that they don't exist, or always be last minute about getting things done. Now, I get that some people would prefer the pressure, and pressure makes them work, but it doesn't really have to be that way, because planning can take care of some things that pressure does take care of. And perhaps you can use the I don't mind pressure for something more important than menial things or things are going to happen anyway. Again, manage the deadline. What is your deadline? See, that's the whole reason that we bring purpose points to you, because we want to make your faith practical. And the practical reality, or a general reality, is that people often wait until a crisis before they ask for help. They wait until it's really at the last minute. And then because of pride, which held them up from asking to begin with, they now are at the last hour and they put pressure on everybody else because they don't know how to manage deadlines. So managing deadlines really just requires taking a definitive look at what is due, what is required, and making strides towards that. Little steps, big steps. It doesn't matter, but learn to manage deadlines better in order for you to be the kind of change agent that we're hopefully training you for. Okay, number 3, scrutinizing your support system. So that lady with that 3-year-old child, or you may not be a lady with a child, you may be single and you have a support system, and that support system is a wonderful thing at keeping you where you are. And that's fine. That's a part of the process. Sometimes you just need to regroup and stay where you are. But as you scrutinize when it's time to grow, you got to scrutinize your support system by analyzing whether or not the system is designed to keep you there, or is it designed to keep you so you can press. In other words, there comes a time where the resting turns into pressing, not depressing, pressing. In other words, and I love something that happened on our One Race, One Blood on Tuesday nights, which was so good. I just encourage you to just go to kdchurch.org, click on the tab that says events, and you can be connected easily. And every Tuesday, that's the room that we're in. We're in that Zoom room right there. If you want to write that down, zoom.us, and you see the number and the code, because we're talking about one race, one blood. And we talked about something, and one of our sharp minister ladies, Aretha Franklin, said that a false start, which occurs in the Olympics, right? A false start means that you are really not competing. You're not competing if you have false started. In fact, we found out that they were kicking people out for one false start. Normally you get one per person, but in the last Olympics, unless things changed long before this, and I didn't know it, if you had a false start, which means you left the blocks before the gun sounded, you were thrown out of the race. Now, you could keep running around that track. You could run to the finish line, but it doesn't count. Why? Because it's a false start. And a lot of times when we are in a system that is a support system, we can, if we're not careful, lose track of what the new start looks like. In other words, once you've healed from that relationship, once you have healed from a disease, from COVID, once you have gotten healed from the last job or the last business failure, then you got to scrutinize the system that is supporting you. Because if it is a false system, because you're no longer at that place of recovery, you're now at the place of pressing, then the system's got to move with you, or you got to get a new system. You got to scrutinize your boyfriends, your boys. You got to scrutinize your girlfriends and them, because if the support system is not helping you become a change agent, where you turn water into wine, where you turn lemon into lemonade, where you take a situation that everybody else looks at, everyone sees the same stuff, but you come up with a better solution, a better perspective than everyone else, then it's time to change our system, our support system. You got to scrutinize it. That's what change agents do. Number 4 is to redefine yourself. Now, I got to come at this one from this angle. Because when you talk about redefining yourself and you know how you already are, I want to focus on being hardwired for purpose, not being hardwired for being the way that you are. Being hardwired for purpose means that you make meaning out of situations. And if you are in a meaningless existence, perhaps you're retired and you're just going to work and coming back and you want to put your hands to something, then go to kdchurch.org and connect with us. Outside of that, you need to literally find out what is the problem that you have discovered. What's the big problem out there in the world? And if you start listing them, I guarantee you somewhere in the top 3 things you say, you, my friend, are a change agent for that situation. But until you redefine yourself, because at this point, you're not involved with the solution. Generally speaking, people are not when they see issues. If you're not involved with the solution, you're really a part of the problem. So you have to redefine yourself because you're hardwired to bring the solution to the problem that you see. I was talking to someone the other day in an office, and a very sharp lady, used to be an educator, and she said, I'm really getting a sense of relocating. Okay, that's redefining where you live. So the person currently lives here, but they're thinking about moving there from one state to another. And the concept was, I think I need to help the education situation or the education environment by moving out of the classroom and into leadership. See, that person is redefining themselves because they are a change agent. Change agents don't just remain stuck, talk about it, pray about it, and do nothing about it. Because talking about it is a process of the narrative, right? Course correction, narrative, protection. But if we're going to move in a direction where we redefine ourselves, maybe our narrative needs to upgrade. I honestly think, and a guy named Lance shared this a couple of weeks ago, that most people play small. And I couldn't agree more. Most people tamp down their dreams to make it a drew. I said they tamp down their dreams to make it a drew. And why do they make it a drew? Because of what other people think. You have to redefine yourself. You got to redefine you, buddy, brother, sister. You got to redefine yourself. You can't wait for someone else to do it. They'll define you in their image. You need to allow yourself to be created or to become aware of the creation of the one that really made you. See, his image will not leave you wanting. But a lot of the reasons why people are so hurting is, in part, to be honest with you, is that they have a love deficit. We talk a lot about purpose deficit disorder, and you can connect that to love all day long. See, the only thing that doesn't fail is love. Love never fails. It never fails. Prophecy fails. Mysteries fail. Faith fails. Love never, ever. And so if you don't love yourself, if you don't receive love, if you don't let the Creator love you, you have a major deficit. And that's the reason why you can't love other people. That's why you don't trust other people, because you don't trust that you're loved. That's really where all this is. That's the reason for all the divorces. And, you can say selfishness, and it is. But the reason why the person is selfish is that they have not received love, which creates patience. So they want what they want right now. And if you're not giving it to me, I'm going over here. If you're not giving it, I'm going over there. And so they leave carnage everywhere they go. It doesn't look like carnage. The bottom line that I'm trying to convey to you is that in order to be a change agent, we've got to move from mental stamina. You got to have it. You got to have mental stamina. You got to have an ability to manage the deadlines. There are things you got to do them. Number 3, you got to scrutinize your support system. And number 4, you're going to have to redefine yourself. So number 5, which takes us to the end, if you're going to be a change agent, and I hope y'all are doing good over there. They kind of move through fast. So hello, Three Stooges, hello, right? Oops. Anyway, number 5 is what we have to do is build a strong personal why. You got to build a strong personal why. I was talking to someone the other day who said your why has to be bigger than your wow. Your why has got to be bigger than your wow. You'll never get to wow if you don't have a big enough why. What is your personal why? It evolves around qualifying questions that every change agent must ask. Why am I here? Why? There's your big why. Why am I here? Am I here to argue? Am I here to lose? Am I here to always get my way? Am I here to see other people suffer and I do nothing about it when I have solutions? Am I here to say I told you so? Why am I here? See, if none of that's why you're here, and if that's a part of your existence, why are you doing that? That's not why you are here, which means that you got to build a strong personal why, and that ain't part of it. I asked someone the other day, why are you here? And I gave the person all kinds of illustrations. Why are you here spiritually? Why are you here as a man? Why are you here as a dad? Why are you here financially? Why are you here in community? And just to put those out there, just to, you know, jog the memory. And he gave a great answer. And then he said, but the other reason why I'm here, I don't know. And I know that when people don't know, it's going to be difficult for them to be a strong change agent. Forget strong, a change agent, period. Because if you don't know why you're here, you don't know what to do. If you don't know why, you don't know what. And if you don't know what, you don't know how. You don't know how to change or get better because you don't know why you're here. So if there's no strong why, there is no great wow. The why precedes the wow. And if there is no strong personal wow, you are not a good change agent. So how do you become a good change agent? You have to develop why you're here. Why are you listening right now? And why are you going to share this to 10 people? That's right. Why are you going to hit share and send it to all of your friends and post it on your social media network? It's a Jedi mind trick. I do want you to do that. Why are you going to do that? Because you're probably with some people who either talk about that or need the information. It's really about sitting there thinking, doing the, here you go, mental stamina. It starts with that, where you sit and just think, why am I here? At this age, whatever your age is, age 50, 40, 28, 23, 17, at age 12, why are you listening to this at age 12? What's going on in your life? What is your strong personal why? You got to answer the question, but you got to ask it. Why? Why leads to wow. No wow if there's no strong personal why. So when you put these 5 things together, and you can do this, no one can do it for you. Pen, pad, notebook, phone, however you do, you gotta write this stuff down and just look at it and sit there a minute. Just take 5 minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes a day to work on your purpose. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day. Work on your purpose. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Financially, break them into 4 areas. Financially, family, financially. Why am I here? Are you here to be broke, paying bills? You know, squirrel in the world trying to get a nut. Is that you? Is that why you are here? Is that why you're in America or wherever? Is that why you're here? Okay. The why continues spiritually. Are you here to just, you know, do the best you can and impress the creator? Are you here to, you know, prove to him you don't need him? Are you here to prove to him that he can do it and you're going to watch him when he really wants to participate with you? I mean, why are you here spiritually? You got to answer that question. Why are you here in community? Like where you live. Where do you live? Don't write that in the chat. Where do you live? Okay, you live in the ATL or the A. Where in the A do you live? And why do you live there? Why do you live there and not somewhere else? Why do you live where you live and do what you do in community? Is the community you're in about anything that helps you accomplish why you're in that community? And then finally, so we have family, right? We have financially, we have community, and then we have spiritually. So finances, why are you here financially? Why are you here in community? Why are you here in family? That's the other one I missed. Family. And when you think about family, you know, some people don't have a kind of the kind of family that gives them that support system. And so it's scrutinized. So you then can create what you didn't have. It makes you very focused and driven to get to that point. But some of you have good families, and every family has activities because you got people in it, and things don't go right all the time. So perfection, if that's what you're looking for, it does not exist. And if you're trying to impress other people, that's a major work effort, and it's a problem. But in your family, why did you get placed in the family you're in? Why did you get placed in that family? Why? Okay, you got to think about it. Because here's a quick answer to all of those: to add value. To add value in your family, in your finances, in your spiritual life, and in your community. To add value. To add value. They won't listen to me. Then maybe you're in the wrong financial situation. Maybe you're talking to the wrong financial groups of people. Maybe you're in the wrong community. You can't change your family, but maybe you can change your attitude about them, and perhaps they'll start listening. I don't know how you're going to fix it. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I know this: as a change agent, you got to do it. You got to do this. You got to walk in that stamina, and you can do it. I know you can. Don't tell me you can't. Yes, you can. You can manage deadlines. Yes, you can. You can start doing better at this. You can get a calendar out or some form of managing your time better so that you can manage your deadlines better. You can't tell me that you can't do that. You cannot tell me that you cannot scrutinize your support system. That is, look at it. Perhaps you're your own support system and you protect yourself from anything that's a challenge. Nobody gets the best of you. Not good. You owe us what's in you. Miles Monroe, thank you. God rest his soul. You owe us what's in you. Told somebody this weekend. They were like, wow. I'm like, yeah, don't you leave here full of yourself. You got to leave here empty. And then the next one is you gotta redefine yourself. You know, what got you here won't get you there, possibly. The people that supported you to get to this point, it's not that you diss them. It's just that you may need new information to get to the new place. You got to redefine yourself. And then finally, a change agent builds a strong personal why. There is no big wow if there is no strong why. I hope this helped you. I hope this was awesome. I hope you got something out of this final installment of the Change Agent series, 4-part series. And I also hope that you will support us over on Indiegogo. By the way, there are a bunch of perks that you get too for getting involved with this process of purpose development that we are on. All kinds of bundle perks there, including free copies, and you get to pick or contribute to the selection of the book cover. And we have an author community that will be exclusive only to backers, and that way we can tell you what's happening and give you special discounts on things coming, things that we're about to do. It's going to be flat out awesome. You get some early read moments of the introduction. So it's a lot that you get to be a part of if you go and support. So thank you for your support. Now, the biggest support that you could bring to bear, and you know this, is to give your heart to the one that made your heart. His name is Jesus. He loves you. It's not religious. It's not religion. It's a relationship with a real person. All you have to do is ask him to come into your heart. How do you do that? You ask him to come into your heart. This isn't hard. This isn't religion. I already told you that. When you ask him to come into your heart, if you believe that, then you need to say that. When you say that you believe that God raised Jesus from the dead for you, so you wouldn't remain dead in your sins. When you do that, he comes in. And when he comes in, life changes. Life changes. And when it changes, we want to be connected. We want to connect with you to help you navigate this journey. You can text the word life to the number that is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. And when you do, we'll reach out to you, say hello. We'll say we're here as a support system. We will help to strengthen you so that you can strengthen others. It's the process. It's this new big family you've joined. And then after that, if you desire to just connect with us, perhaps you're already redeemed and you know it, then great. Not a problem. We'll take your redemption and strengthen it even greater. So you can text the word welcome to the same number on the screen. And when you do that, we're really happy to help you because we need each other. People need each other. And again, it's not a clique. It's not a religious organization. It is a relationship with people and the God who made them. So please take advantage of us as a resource in this regard. When you go to kdchurch.org, you can also give there to support our efforts, which are global. They really are. We support efforts that are mission-based, both in America and abroad. And we'd love to have you share in the crown given for the blessings that we bestow on others and through others. So hope that helped your cause. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you, lift up the light of his countenance upon you, and give you his peace. Shalom. We'll see you the next time we get together on Purpose Points. Have a great evening. Bye.